Right now we're driving through Worcester, Massachusetts, and I just had to turn around and look at this. I think this is so cool. The heating oil truck right here is filling up the CSX locomotive. They must have ran out of fuel, so the heating oil truck's filling it up. Isn't that awesome? Take a look at that. Hose is going right up to the locomotive. That's awesome. They may be putting diesel in, but that is a heating oil truck. It says both on the side of it, diesel and heating oil, but they could probably just use heating oil. Train tracks are private property. It's not like they're gonna do the dipstick test to see if it's actually heating oil or diesel. It's private property. They can use farm fuel, any of that stuff they want. Hey everyone, right now we're here to check out this abandoned church. You can go around and walk inside. It'll be pretty cool. Just get a quick view of the signs, make sure everything focuses if anyone wants to pause and read anything. Yeah, that's coming in nice and clear. Show the other side. Let's go look. Looks like there used to be something here inside the trees that was removed. Do not feed waterfowl. They contribute pollutants to our reservoir. Pretty windy out today. Looks like a nice beach. Lots of fishermen around today. Fit in perfect with my big waders. This building will last forever. Made out of granite and it has a slate roof. Let's go inside out of the wind. Wow, so windy. This looks kind of modern. You think this was done afterwards? All these cinder blocks in here. The sign does say they refurbished the roof in the 80s. So if all these supports and everything were refurbished in the 80s, that would make sense why the supports they're sitting on are cinder block. I also see plywood up there underneath the slate roof. That wouldn't have been around when it was built. They would have used farm boards. See lots of poop up there in the rafters from pigeons. See all that? Just gotta zoom in a little bit. See poop all over the place. Quite the awesome place to look around in. With all these windows out, it's so windy in here. It's amazing. Very little graffiti. I see they did cover some up. And someone drew a whole bunch of stuff with crayons. It's so windy right here. Beautiful view though. these supports. They must have thought this wall may have had failure. Look at these giant supports they put in. Wow. Massive galvanized I-beam. There's a giant light up there. This place has electricity for nighttime. I'm also noticing all the lumber there holding the roof must also have been replaced, because if you're noticing, that's modern lumber. That looks like 2x10s, maybe 2x12s, I can't tell. But if that was original, it would have been rough cut lumber. I think everything, even these massive beams, have been replaced. Every part of the roof has been replaced. I think the only original part is the exterior of the building, the walls. Because the walls inside were definitely redone at some point. All this was taken out at one point to do this. Or maybe there's something in there I'm not seeing that they just encased. Everything up in here looks modern. Nice to see they preserved it though. Let's get a little bit more footage from outside. And I imagine maybe this had a roof back in the day. I don't think this would have just been left open. But that's really cool, look at that. Stalactites, mineral buildup all over the walls. Nice trail going around. Huh. Did this place have a basement they once filled in? Probably not. Because it does look like windows, but when this thing was built, it would have been different. This all looks like modern concrete. Sad to see they cut these down. Hopefully they were dead. Cedar trees. I love those things. Yeah, this thing, when it was built, definitely had a basement. I think over there, they formed it so you could tell where the windows were originally. They didn't have to do that, but they did. I like that. Yeah, this place used to have a basement. You see all the floor under is dirt? They must have removed the floor, just filled it in. They don't need a basement. Beautiful wreath. You can see all the bolts for the stabilizing rods running through the building all over the place. Electrical hookup in the ground. And that big light. Alright, we're walking back to the car now. Really far away from it now. Looks awesome. Look at the erosion. During big storms, does the water really get this far up? Wow. Coming up from that reservoir, we got the small stream. We're gonna go check out its culvert. Look at this. That little stream floods its bank a lot. Very recently too. Probably the rainstorm we had a day or two ago. This was all underwater. I can see the end structure already. Wow, look what bittersweet can do. This invasive vine. This stuff grows huge. I've seen ones that are 6 inches in diameter. I've had to cut with a chainsaw. Yeah, it strangles trees like that until they die. It can climb them, block the sun. It weighs a bunch. It can break them. Absolutely destroys forests until nothing's left except it growing. Oh. No, all this erosion right here is from that. That might be a drainage ditch culvert or a storm drain culvert. We still got to go see where that other one goes. Look at this. That vine was growing inside the tree for quite a while. But it died. It died right inside the tree. All right, up closer to the storm drain or possibly drainage ditch culvert. You can see it's typical of Massachusetts. The hole inside is rotted out all the way through. Does it go all the way through? Yeah, it does. Well, almost. Sure, there's a lot more damage in there than you're not seeing. But luckily they packed it with stone, so it's not digging very far. All right, so that drainage culvert goes right over there to that storm drain, which looks to be a bit plugged up. And look at that giant mound of road sand that they have to put on in the winter to treat the roads. Look at that. It all got collected there and they had to force it up out of the way. Wow. Now, on the other hand, that stream goes way up the road. It looks like it might even turn away from it. Not even a culvert on that one. Right now we're at Bridge Street in West Springfield, Massachusetts, about to watch a train cross the street. Or possibly back up. I'm not sure what they're doing yet. We just got here. Sometimes they'll reverse multiple times, building the train in the yard. This guy might be leaving though. He was just parked down there for about 10 minutes. Yeah, right now it's about 1 a.m. on Sunday morning. Imagine living here in one of these many apartment buildings and having to listen to this a dozen times every single night. So many trains come by this place late at night. Oh, look at that. This car over here is turning around. This guy doesn't want to wait for this. This train will often stop here for over an hour at a time, multiple times a day, blocking this. That's why the DOT has put up a camera right here so you can see exactly when the train is here. They also put up many signs around the area that lead to this crossing with flashing lights saying that the train is blocking the road when they're flashing. the train company CSX refused to allow the DOT to tap into their computer systems to know this exactly. So they just have an electronic sensor here sending a beam across the track, and that's how they know when it's in use. I don't blame them. If I owned a big company, I wouldn't want somebody tapping into my system either. Just a vulnerability. These trains sure are long. Oh, we're forming a line of cars on that side. Got a big flat spot back on that car. Oh wow, this guy's headlight really brightens up the video a ton. This guy is really picking up speed now. Oh, there we go.